Hello students, as we know, we completed in our last class regarding the reproduction in bacteria. That is, we covered both the asexual and the sexual form of reproduction in bacteria. Today in this class, we are going to see in brief all the type of reproduction that we studied in bacteria. Here, in our previous classes, we only seen regarding the asexual and the sexual mode of the reproduction. In general, we study the sexual and the asexual part. But if we go in depth, here comes the vegetative. That is nothing but this is the form of the asexual form. Here under the vegetative, here we go for the fission, budding and segmentation. But in overall, they are included in asexual form also. They are not differentiated. But if we go with the particular, in vegetative form, we have the fission, that is the binary fission, the budding and the segmentation. In asexual form, the endospore formation, where we studied in our previous classes the conidia formation, the gonidia formation, myxospores formation, cyst formation, Zyglonia stage and Hermogonia and Akinets. When we go in depth, that is in the form of the cyanobacteria. We seen regarding the bacteria and the other forms of the bacteria, especially these are seen in the cyanobacteria forms. In sexual reproduction, as usual, we study the conjugation, transduction and transformation. Today I am going to recall you all these three forms, that is the vegetative, asexual and the sexual reproduction. Here addition is these we studied endospores, the conidia formation, myxospore formation, cyst formation, zygolia stage, hermogonia and Akinets. We will see what are these. What are these kinds of the asexual reproduction that is present in bacteria. Here I will recall you, we have the three types of basic method of the reproduction. The first one is the vegetative form, the second is the asexual form, third one is the sexual form. Already we studied regarding the basic knowledge regarding the sexual and the asexual. Here we are studying vegetative. Under the vegetative, binary fission, budding and segmentation. Under the asexual form, endospore formation, gonidia formation, myxospores formation, cyst formation, zygonia stage, hermogonia and the Akinets. In sexual form, the conjugation, transduction and transformation. Here, in reproduction in bacteria, as we know, there are the three basic methods, that is the vegetative, asexual and the sexual reproduction. The first one, that is the vegetative reproduction, it will takes by the following methods, that is the binary fission. Here you make it clear, there are nothing much difference between the asexual form and the vegetative form. Almost the both are same, the vegetative form or the asexual form. Here, that is under the binary fission. As we know, in the binary fission, a single cell that is divides into the two equal cells, that is one parent cell that is gives rise to the two daughter cells. Here, initially the bacterial cell reaches a critical mass in its structure and the cellular constituents. As we know, this is the parent cell that divide and gives rise to two daughter cells. Again, that chain continues, forming the many daughter cells from the single parent cell. See, this is the chain how the binary fission results. That is in the rapid multiplication of the bacterial cell. The one parent cell that gives rise to two daughter cells. Again, those two daughter cells gives to the two daughter cells. How the chain initiation takes place. That is the rapid multiplication in bacterial cells. This is how the cell that divides inside. Here we have the bacterial cell. Under the bacterial cell, we have the presence of mesosomes, the cell wall, the cell membrane, where the bacterial DNA is present. What happens here? Here the bacterial DNA along with the mesosomes. This mesosome that come contact with the bacterial DNA and it will divide. See, here's the difference. The initiation to divide takes place here. See the difference here along with the mesosomes present. See, we can see the differentiation here where here thickening takes place. The thickening of the cell takes place in this adjacent sites, which breaks and gives rise to the two daughter cells that is identical of that of the parent cell. This is in binary fission case. Next, in budding, the bacterial cell develops small swelling at one side which gradually increase in the size. As we know, this is the cell, this is the bacterial cell where one side of the bacterial cell enlarges and its bacterial DNA which transfer to this newly formed bud, where this is get attached from the parental cell and form the new cell. See, this is the budding bacterium where these buds are formed. Later they are detached from the parental cell. This is in the case of the rhodomicrobium. Here, what happens? The simultaneous the nucleus undergoes the division where one remains with the mother and the other one with some cytoplasm goes to the swelling. As I said, this outgrowth in the bud which gets separated from the mother by the partition wall. The examples are Hypomicrobium vulgare and the Rhodomicrobium vanillea. These are the examples for the budding in bacterium. Next comes the segmentation. Here, some other species of bacteria reproduce vegetatively by the process called segmentation. What happens here? Here, in this case, the protoplast of the bacterial cell at some stage divides to form very tiny bodies called the gonodia. If it is a bacterial cell, it has the protoplast. What it will do? It will start divide. At some stage, it divides to form the tiny bodies. It will divide at some stage to form the tiny bodies. These tiny bodies which are called as the gonidia. What happens here? Here the cell wall ruptures and the liberated tiny gonidia grow into the new bacterial cell under the suitable condition. What happens here? Once these tiny gonidia are formed, it ruptures the parent cell and they are come out from the parent cell and act as the individual unit. When the conditions are under favorable, the suitable condition, this takes place. That is the segmentation. Next comes the asexual. Under the asexual, here is the endospore formation. As we know, we studied how the endospore formation takes place. Basically, the endospore formation takes place when the conditions are unfavorable, completely unfavorable condition. This undergo the endospore formation in bacteria. Here, under unfavorable condition, the endospores are formed. They are special type of the reproductive bodies which are produced by the bacterial cells. At the time of endospore formation, the bacterial cell enlarges and loses its flagella. Here, this is the bacterial cell. At the time, it gets enlarges. This bacterial cell gets enlarges where it loses its flagellum. These flagellum are detached. It remains non-motile where inside the endosperm is formed. Endospore is formed. Here, the protoplasm that concentrates in the middle portion of the cell and develops the thick wall around, which is known as the endospore. This is which is called as the endospore. Here, sometimes two endospores are formed in the same cell. Here, the condition where this is the bacterial cell. At a time, here we can find the two endospores. The formation of the two endospores. The example for the endospore formations are the Bacillus and the Clostridium. These are the example for endospore formation. Here, the shape and the position of the endospores. Spores may be a oval or the spherical in shape. These spores formed, that is the endospores, they may be the oval or the spherical in shape. The position, the relative size, shape, which remains constant in a particular species. Here, position and the relative size and shape. See, here we have the variety of the size, shape and the position. These remain particular to the species. The position of spore may be the central. See, this is the central, subterminal or the terminal. In diameter, it may be a same or the wider in the case of the Clostridium or less in the case of the Bacillus. Then the width of the specific bacterial cell, that depends on the specific bacterium. This is regarding the different position of the endospore bacterial cell. Next comes the structure of the endospore. See, this is the endospore, bacterial endospore, where we have the presence of the exosporium, the outermost layer, the spore coat, the inner membrane, the cortex and the core. We will see. The endospore consists of the central protoplast, that is the core. This is the central protoplast, which is called the core. The core is mainly composed of, this core is mainly composed of DNA, ribosome, tRNA, enzymes, etc. These core is made up of DNA, ribosomes, tRNA and the enzymes. The core is converted by a thin membrane called core membrane. See, this membrane is called the core membrane, from which cell wall of the future vegetative bacterium develops. From this thin core, the future vegetative bacterium cell develops. It is covered by a thick layer, the cortex and then the multi-layered thin and the tough outer spore coat, which may be differentiated into the outer and the inner coat layer. See, this is outer and the inner, that is differentiated into the outer and inner coat layer. In some species, that is in Bacillus thuringiensis, it is covered by an additional covering called the exosporium. See, this is in normal endospore. In special condition, that is covered by another layer, that is called the exosporium. Here, that is called the exosporium or exosporium basal layer, which is apparently loose. This is loosely arranged, which covers the endospore. This outermost layer, that is called as the exosporium. These are seen in special cases. This is regarding the structure of the endospore. Next comes the conidia formation. What happens in conidia formation? Here, the filamentous bacteria such the Streptomyces, this is the filamental bacteria, these form the transverse septum at the apex of the filament. See, this forms the transverse septum at the apex. Apex means at the tip, edge. Here, the conidial spores are formed. Which encloses these spores are called conidiophore. We will see here the part of this filament which bears the conidia, it is called the conidiophore. This is called conidiophore. This completely, which is called conidiophore. These individual spores are called conidial spore. After detachment from the mother and getting contact with a suitable substratum, the conidium germinates and gives rise to the new mycelium. What happens? After the detaching from the mother body, these conidiospore separates, and when they get attached to the substratum, later it will develop the mycelium within them. This is in Conidia formation. Next comes the Gonidia formation. What happens in Gonidia formation? In this case, the bacterial cell produces a number of flagellated daughter cells within them. These Conidia are nothing but the flagellated daughter cells. These daughter cells, which are also called the swarmers, those are called swarmers. The cell wall of the parent cell ruptures, releasing the gonidia. This reported in Rhizobium species. This gonidia formation that is seen in the Rhizobium species. What happened here? If it is the cell here, the bacterial cell that produces the number of flagellated daughter cells. Flagellated daughter cells. Later, it will get ruptured, releasing the gonidia. Gonidia, that nothing but the newly formed flagellated daughter cells. Next comes the myxospores formation. Here, under the myxospores, these are the spores of Myxococcus and other myxobacteria. These are only seen in myxobacteria or the example of the Myxococcus. That is the formation of the myxospores. This is nothing but the spores that is formed in myxobacteria or under the Myxococcus. These spores develop from fresh vegetative cells which are not divided of their genetical material. These spores are developed from the vegetative cells and which are not divided by their genetical material. If they are divided by their genetical material, that would be included in the sexual form. Here, this is the asexual form because which are not divided by their genetical material. Those are divided only by the vegetative cells. Next comes the cyst formation. In some species of azotobacteria, the entire cell is transformed into the resistant structure which is called the cyst. In case of the azotobacter, the entire cell is transformed into the resistant structure which is called as the cyst. At the time of cyst formation, the vegetative cell first becomes deflagellated, attains spherical shape and gets surrounded by the multi-layer coat. What happens here? The first condition where the vegetative cell first becomes deflagellated. If it is the bacterial, these have the flagellum, they are detached. Only cells remains without the flagellum or the flagella. Later, it attains the spherical shape. How it will attain the spherical shape? By the depositing of the multi-layer coat. This is deposited by multi-layer coat. Now, this is called as the cyst. That is the cyst formation. Next comes Jugloria stage. What happens here? Here, under the unfavorable condition. When it will take place? It takes place under the unfavorable conditions. The bacterial cells comes to lie in chains and get surrounded by a lot of mucilage. Okay, what happens here? That is the single cells that come in the form of chains and those are surrounded by the mucilage. This is called coming in the chain and the surrounding by the mucilage. That is called the Juglonia stage. Here it is the temporary phase for avoiding the dissection. This is for the temporary phase. Next comes the Hormogonia, the formation of the Hormogonia. This is characteristic method of reproduction in blue-green algae. Blue-green algae nothing but the cyanobacteria. The cyanobacterium which is called as the blue-green algae. Here the trichomes of the filamentous genera break up within the sheet into the short sections or the segments of one to many uniforming living cells. These short segments of the trichomes, those are called the Hormogonia or the Hormogones. We will see in detail while studying in algae part. This is the Hormogonia and the akinete formation. What happens here? In the cyanobacteria, we have the cells and the trichomes. What happens? Here, those trichomes of the filamentous genera break. These break up within into the sheet or into the short sections or the segments to one to many, which inform the living cells. These shortly segmented trichomes, which are called the Hermogonia or the Hermogones. Those are called the Hermogonia or the Hermogones. Here, the Hermogonia may be separated by the formation of the heterocyst. How these are separated? The newly formed Hermogonia, they are separated by the following methods, such as the formation of the heterocyst. This is in case of nostoc. The death of one or more cells. This is in the case of the Ocetuleria. Nostoc and the Ocetuleria. This is in Hermogonia. Nothing but especially those are confined to the cyanobacterium. Next comes the Ercanites. These are formed in many cyanobacteria. Ercanites are the thick-walled resistant cells with abundant food reserves, which are frequently developed singly next to the heterocyst. See, if it is the cell, one of these cells become thick, which encloses the abundance of the food reservoirs, and these are formed next to the heterocyst. Where the heterocyst is formed, it is formed next to that heterocyst. Here, however, their position is variable. This is not particular to the particular position, that may be variable. The example for this formation Ercanites is Anabaena. This is most seen in Anabaena. This is regarding Ercanites. Next comes the sexual reproduction. As we know, we studied the conjugation, the transduction. Under the transduction, we studied the generalized transduction, specialized transduction, and we studied the transformation. Here, conjugation, we studied the super male, the HRF factor, again the H plus, the H minus, that is the F plus cell, F minus cell, which are called the F plus cell and which those are not called the F minus cell. We studied in last class. Just I will recall you here what F factor means. This is the fertility factor or the sex factor in the case of the conjugation. Here, this F factor or the fertility factor, those are seen in male. Those are absent in female. Here, this F factor integrated into the chromosome of the male. If the F factor is integrated into the chromosome of the male, that is called as the super male or the HFR. What is HFR means here? Here the HFR is the high frequency recombination stain. The HFR nothing but the high frequency recombination stain. Here males are called donors. In case of conjugation, these males are called the donors, where the females are called the receptors. In the case of the conjugation, the females are called the receptors or the recipients. Here, these females, those are without the F factor. Hence, those are called the F minus stains. Here, the male, these are called the F plus, where female, those are called the F minus. This is due to the presence and the absence of the F factor. If F factor is present, that is called the F plus. If F factor is absent, that is called the F minus cell. This is seen in the conjugation part. Under the transduction, we studied the generalized transduction and the specialized transduction. Transformation, we seen the Griffith-Irving experiment where S stain or the R stain, where S is the smooth stain, R is the rough stain. That is the virulent and the non-virulent. We seen where the experiment when the virulent stain that is preheated, which combined to the non-virulent, again it will form the virulent stain, which means the flow of the which is example for the flow of the genetic material. This is seen in transformation part. See, in conjugation, what happens in conjugation? First we will see this is the F plus donor cell and this is the F minus recipient cell. What are present in F plus cell? That is in the donor cell, the chromosome. This is the F plasmid. Here the origin of transfer. Here is the sex pilus. Here pilus plays very important role because it will attract two cells. This pilus attract two cells. This form the tube to transfer the genetic material from F plus cell to the F minus cell. We will see here in the first step, we will see the sex pilus contact the recipient of the F minus cell. Here, this is the F plus cell that contact the F minus cell with the help of this sex pilus. In second stage, what happens here? The activation of DNA for transfer takes place. Here, the activation for DNA takes place. See, difference here. The formation of tube, which is not seen in first step. Here, the plasmid is activated for transfer when endonuclease cleavages once stand at the DNA and the origin of transfer. See, in third step, the plasmid transfer takes place. See, this is in third case. This which is transferred to the F minus cell, that is the where the sex pilus retreats and the pulls the donor and recipient cell together. The F plasmid is transferred as a single stranded DNA molecule. The single strand of F plasmid that is transferred to the female cell. See, if the complete transfer of the plasmid takes place, it will convert F minus cell to the F plus cell. Here both cells become the F plus. If the partial division of the DNA plasmid takes place, which remains F minus only. The complete transfer of F factor is not taken place. Hence, the F minus remains F minus only. What happens in case here the complete F factor is transferred? In this case, the complete F factor is transferred to the female cell. Hence, here both cells become F plus and the F plus cells. This is how the genetic transfer takes place. It is in the case of the conjugation. Next comes the transduction. Here, what is transduction? Here, the transfer of genetic transfer takes place from bacterial cell which get to the bacteriophage, which is transferred to the bacteriophage. Here we studied two types, that is the generalized transduction and the specialized transduction. We will see in generalized transduction the first case, that is the first step, the bacterial host cell that infect the phase, that infect by the phase. Here we have the donor DNA, we have the phase DNA and the virus. Here first step is the bacterial host cell infect by the phase. Next step, the host cell DNA is broken down into the smaller pieces. The protein and phase DNA is also synthesized. See. In second case, in the second step, the host DNA cell which is broken down into the smaller pieces where the protein and the phase DNA is also synthesized. Here, see, this phase DNA and the donor DNA both are segmented and they are synthesized. Next, the bacterial host DNA is packed into one of the viral capsid that are released to lysis of the bacterial cell. See, what happens here? These synthesized DNA that is packed in viral capsid. This is called the phase capsid plus the donor cell DNA. See, this is donor cell DNA that is covered by the phase capsid. Next, what happens? The transduction phase with the host DNA infest few recipient cell, the recombination also occurs here. Here, this is the recipient DNA. This is the infectal mode. What happens? The recombination of DNA takes place. The fifth step is the recombination of the new cell has the mixture of both donor DNA as well as the one of its own DNA. Here we have basically the phase DNA and the donor DNA. At the recombination, we have the part of the donor DNA and this phase DNA in the recombinant part. This is in generalized transduction. What happens in specialized transduction? Here the prophase DNA that is integrated into the bacterial DNA. Here this synthesized the bacterial that is called the prophase DNA. What happens here? This prophase DNA integrated into the bacterial DNA. Prophase DNA, bacterial DNA which is integrated to the bacterial host cell. Next, the prophase DNA cuts incorrectly and exchanges its DNA to that of the host cell. What happens here? The prophase DNA that cuts incorrectly and exchanges its DNA. See, if it is bacterial DNA, this is prophase DNA, what it will do? It cuts its bacterial DNA and joins and makes the separate ring here. See the difference here. Here the beginning of the excision after the completion of the excision. Here we get the some part of the phase DNA along with the bacterial DNA. In next step, the phase capsid contain bacterial host DNA which is transferred to a new bacterial recipient cell. This takes place in new bacterial cell. Here the phase DNA, the donor DNA and the prophase DNA. This step includes the phase DNA, that is the phase capsid, donor DNA and the prophase DNA. Here transduced phase is transferred into the new cell and the recombination occurs. What happens here? The recombination takes place in this step. Here we have the recipient cell and the phase capsid, donor DNA and the prophase DNA. See this we will find here in the recombination part. Next, the recombinant cell DNA has the different genotype which is different from the donor or the recipient cell genotype, because we get the recipient cell along with the phase capsid, donor DNA and the prophase DNA. Hence here we have the prophase DNA, recipient DNA and the host DNA. Hence the genotype of these recipient and the donor type differs here due to the addition of the phase DNA. This is in transduction process. Next comes the transformation. What happens in transformation? Here we have the bacterial cell, the bacterial chromosome. What happens first? A lysed bacterium releases the DNA fragments which get into the other living cell. This takes place in dead bacterial cell. This takes place in dead bacterial cell. The part of the genetic part of the dead bacterial cell that transferred to the living bacterial cell. In case of the transformation, where the living bacterial cell takes this segment of bacterial DNA from the dead cell. This is the donor cell, where this is the recipient cell. What happens here? The chromosome of recipient cell and the donor cell, the DNA of donor cell which come under the recombination process, where the recombination occurs between the DNA fragment and the host chromosome. This is host chromosome and this is this part. This is the DNA fragments which is taken from the foreign gene, that is the dead cell of the bacteria or the donor cell of the bacteria. They recombine. Here the recombination takes place. This is in the case of the transformation. Here Two cells takes place in transformation. One is the dead cell, other one is the living cell. Here the piece of the DNA fragment that is flow to the living cell from the dead cell. See, if it is the living cell, we have the dead cell. Under the dead cell, we have the genetic material, that is one piece, that is the one part of this genetic material that flow into the living cell, where the recombination takes place. This is in case of transformation. This is regarding the complete view on the reproduction in bacteria, how the reproduction takes place in bacteria. That is brief view of recombination in bacteria. Here we complete the reproduction in bacterial part. Thank you.